Yo, what's up, good people? Um, this is my live a week. I'm back to giving you guys 3 videos a week. I actually put out a video today. Hope you guys enjoy it. Um, and then I'm going to actually be out of town. I'm going to Florida, and I'll be reminding you guys of that to for Florida, um, to for nationals with the kids. So I'm really, really excited about that. And then obviously, I'll be recapping the Colts game, so that should be fun as well. How's everybody doing tonight? Fourth quarter of the Bills Patriots game. Man, I'm just watching Stephon Diggs. Then I'm watching, and then I watch Trayvon Diggs. It's like, did his parents know that they would have two of the best athletes at the skill position, at being a skill position to play the game? I was just like, wow. Diggs is just like, I was looking at Diggs' numbers and just like how electric he is, how good of a route runner he is. And then I was looking up some things on Trayvon. What's up, Joe Rod? What's up, Chatbox? Dominique, uh, Kenny. And I was looking at Trayvon and like just the jump that he's taking. I remember when he was drafted, me and Joe talked about this. Um, people got to remember, his rookie year, he struggled. And in his second year, he just took off. He took off, man, for sure. If anybody wants to donate as well, anybody who's ever traveled, um, I'll put my Cash App down. Down, girl. Got my dogs right here. Stop. If anybody wants to donate, I'll put my Cash App up. But we're gonna have a deep conversation tonight, and I'm gonna leave this one up. Um, but anybody who's ever traveled, any type of sports knows anything helps. We got a bunch of kids we got to feed. Um, um, any type of donation helps. We got a bunch of kids. Anybody who knows me knows that I coach youth football. I'm in love with youth football. Joe, we always talk about this. Me and Joe we're doing shows, and I'll be like, Joe, I'm late because we had practice on top of making music, on top of working a 9 to 5. But I feel like coaching and giving back to the youth is very, very important. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's therapy for me. It's therapy. And anything that you guys send me, it goes straight to the kids. And so any donation helps, man. And like sometimes I don't even know how I have time to sleep because I'm gonna make sure that I talk football with you guys as well. So anyway, let's get into thank you, Joe. Thank you, man. And make sure you chime in on this topic, Joe. And if you want to come on at any point, let me know and I'll shoot you a link. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Jerry Jones, in the picture. Because I tweeted today that I kind of was taken back by LeBron James and what he said, right? And then just the whole context of the picture. And I read the article, the Washington Post article. And I just want to give my thoughts as a black man. And I'm open for decent dialogue. But what we're not going to do is once folks get into the name calling and the goofy internet stuff, I'll either just block you or that's just going to be that on that. But if we're going to have legit dialogue, talk as men, let's do that. Jerry Jones. Let's take it back to when he was dealing with Colin Kaepernick and, the knee and the whole he didn't support, players being able to take a knee. And people have to remember, for the most part, most people, right? Most people, myself included, are a product of their environment. Jerry Jones is Arkansas is outside of Mississippi. Arkansas is pretty deep south. Like this is probably as deep south as it gets. Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, like Mississippi, Tennessee. That's the South. That's the South South. Certain ideals and thoughts are and have been if you're born into certain things, I'm not Jerry Jones, if you know, and he came out and he gave his mindset, what he gave his thoughts on what happened, right? And what was going on, and he was just curious. And that's kind of why when stuff like this happens, whether it's like a picture or anything, I like to wait till all the details come out, even with something like this. But anyway, Jerry Jones gave his thoughts, and he said what was going on. But no matter what Jerry Jones said, because it's Jerry Jones, the white owner, nobody's going to believe Jerry Jones, because you, me, and all the black Cowboys fans still like the team. We're now supporting a racist. Allegedly, Jerry Jones is a racist. I don't know. I've never met the guy. I can't call somebody a racist who I've never met. I don't let the media dictate my thoughts. And I'm a pretty good judge of character. So, Jerry Jones comes out. He gives what he said about he gives his thought. He said what he said about, he was just curious. He was just there. Nothing more, nothing less. That was what Jerry Jones said. From the picture, you look at the picture and you could take it a bunch of different ways. He was organized. He was organizing to stop the black children at the time to be integrated. He could have just been watching. He could have been an organizer. Could have been all of those things. Or he could be telling the truth. But what I don't do is take the low-hanging fruit and just say, well, the guy's a racist. Why? Because he has a difference. Because I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure he grew up around all white people. I'm pretty sure. If that's all you know, if all you knew from the time you were born is all white people, and white people telling you certain things about black people, and you're a kid, then you're probably going to have certain ideals until somebody changes you, shows you, or lets you know, and then you get of age to where you can think for yourself and make decisions for yourself. It's the same as if you're a black man and all you do and all you have done is been raised around black people, then you're going to only know black people. You may think that white people are weird. You may think that white people are corny. You may think that white people have no culture. You may think that all white people are the same. It's the same difference, right? But I think what happens is, I love what Dak said. Like, and like Dak is shown throughout the years, like, bro, he's like, his mind is very strong. So he doesn't overreact. He's not going to get too high or too low. And honestly, like, that really is the best way to live. And I like what the Reaper just said. I'm a white dude and I grew up only knowing that black people has a high crime rate. But when you're an adult, you have to make a decision and your opinions are don't matter color. Yeah, like maybe you've been told that And that's just not the truth, Reaper. That's just not the truth. That's what people think. That's what the media will paint. But that's just not the truth. But when you're 14, I can't even remember how I thought at 14 years old. I definitely wouldn't want, you know, anybody, I wouldn't want anybody to, um, I wouldn't want anybody to judge me at 14. Like, please don't. Because if you judge me at 14, you wouldn't be watching this live stream because I was off the charts. Like, I'm not too proud to say, like, I was a bad kid. Like, but I went to college. I cleaned some things up. I got in a lot of trouble. I cleaned some things up, and I love where I'm at. Here's somebody in Dak who, like, if you really think about Dak, how mental, that's why I love his comments today. If you think about how mentally strong this dude's had to be. Well, he lost his mom. His brother committed suicide. Right, Donnell, you do. You're one of the people who know me. We grew up together. He lost his mom. He lost his brother to suicide. He had the video. Remember the video of Dak Prescott when he was at Mississippi State, and he was at the beach or wherever he was, and there was a big fight, and like somebody knocked him out. Like, at a point, dude been through a lot, and he's still mentally strong enough to be like, dog, like, he knows who he is. My problem with LeBron James and with certain media members is like, it's easy to make Jerry a scapegoat, but it's like, you want Jerry to denounce racism. So you want Jerry to come out and say that he's not racism. He's not racist, and racism. I said racism. Racism is bad. But then what? Because I'm pretty sure that Jerry Jones has done more for families and the community than a lot of people have. Like, I'm pretty sure he has. And he's done it out of the kindness of his heart. Like, I never forget when my mom met Jerry Jones. He came to the Capitol, and she said out of all the NF, because they were doing something with Congress. Out of everybody there, Jerry was the nicest person, the kindest one there. Literally, like, remember the name. Like, he was just a very nice dude, and that doesn't mean that he's not racist. There's some nice racists, but I'm just saying, like, dog, like, it's just so funny that people forget all the good that you've done because of a picture, not knowing any context. It's just a picture. There's no context anymore. Like, we live in such a jump to conclusion society, and I'll never do that. So that's my Jerry Jones thoughts. I just want to speak on it. I don't know if Jerry Jones is a racist. He grew up in Arkansas in the 1950s. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna stop cheering for the team. So I'm never gonna stop cheering for the Cowboys. And if that makes me a coon or whatever, I'm a coon, and I guess I don't know. But, like, at a point, we gotta stop. Like, because you're a fan of a football team, because you're a fan of that has nothing, and like, that's what people make these mistakes of, like, nobody on this chat knows Jerry Jones personally. Football is like fellowship. It's just like a rite of passage. You just like what you like. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch on that because over here, people, I saw somebody in the chat and say, well, why are you talking about this? Because we're gonna tackle the tough topics. It's not all football, and with me, it's not all scheme. It's not all X's and O's. I like to talk about the tough. I like to talk about the tough topics. That's what Fuss likes to do. All right, the Indianapolis Colts. How we feeling? Me personally, after watching the Colts, I just see like a very bland team. Kind of like how I'm watching the Patriots right now. Like they're not bad. Um, you know, but they're not good. Um, like they're not bad, but they're not good. Facts, April. Like that's a great way to think about Jerry Jones. Like my dad was a fan before Jerry Jones was even thought about of owning the team. Yeah. Let's talk about the Colts. Let's get to the Colts. So the Colts are not bad, but they're not good. Like it's kind of like how you're watching the Patriots. Matt Ryan, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is he's real. Now let's not get that mistaken now. Jonathan Taylor can play he can play ball. Um just an extremely well-rounded running back. Like very well-rounded. Um the thing about Jonathan Taylor is like if you come out there and you start arm tackling or you start, let's talk Colts offense. It's Jonathan Taylor or bust. Um, I like Pittman. I like Michael Pittman. Nice player, right? But it's gonna be one of those things where it's like the same way how it was, and Alex Pierce. I cover him at Cincinnati, coming out in the draft. It's gonna be one of those same things to how it was this weekend with Slayton. Like nice guy, nice receivers, but like that's the most you're gonna get out of me. Like they're not receivers that are going to scare you. They're not receivers that are going to run past you. The most these DBs are going to have to worry about is if the ball spills to the edge, tackling on the edge. Diggs is going to have to tackle. Anthony Brown is going to have to tackle and making sure that their run fit is solid. And these linebackers are going to have to tackle. This is going to be, you're going to have to tackle type game because Jonathan Taylor is the real deal. But it's really interesting and really cool that we kind of didn't talk about just how good Dallas did against Saquon Barkley. Because somebody in the chat box give me the numbers from last week, but I don't think Saquon Barkley had 50 yards last week. Let's look at his game log. Let's look at Saquon Barkley stats. I don't think Saquon Barkley had 50 yards last week. Saquon Barkley, 11 attempts, 39 yards. Like I don't, Saquon is, when you look at his log, he's at 900 yards, so he's gonna be a 1,000-yard rusher again. Y'all on it. Thank you, Tyson. Thank you, Gerald Beasley. He's like when you think about Saquon, when you think about Saquon Barkley, like he's so explosive, but then he's so inconsistent. I don't even just looking at this log. I guess against Denver they had to get away from the run. I mean Detroit they had to get away from the run. I watched that, but 15 attempts last week, 22 yards against a bad Detroit run defense. The Giants are just so confusing. Then against Houston he goes for 152. Seattle anyway. Dallas has just been more locked in. That's a good question, Aaron Robinson. Do we keep Anthony Brown on the bench? That is such a good question. Because while you like what you've seen from Damone Clark, you love what you've seen from Damone Clark. No, you're right, Mr. Jab. He hasn't. You love what you've seen from Damone Clark. I do believe that Barr would really help you Um, I do believe that Barr will help you. You know, I do. I'm just sending the text. I thought that hit was was dirty. I'm glad they disqualified. If you guys are watching the Bills game, I'm very glad that they just disqualified that safety. Um, you can't you can't do that. It's BS. Anyway, yeah. So with Clark, he's getting better and better. So it's one of those things. Is like, um, and see, I like what APJR is saying, that Barr would help with the run defense. Yes, Barr would. Barr's a bigger body. Him and Leighton, Barr's definitely bigger than Damone. And I think that him and Leighton would definitely help. 100%. They will 100% help. But like you said, in pass fit, we just don't know, because Barr, that's not his strength. So play action and all that type of stuff. But see, I guess it's one of those things where you have to look at the game plan, because I tell you right now, you know, you talk about, you get these guys to third down, it's going to look like this Patriots game today. And it's going to look like this past Bills game as far as sacks and TFLs, because Matt Ryan is just, the Colts are extremely interesting, in the sense that they have done a worse than anybody job of, when it comes to the quarterback position, um, like answers. Like Wentz 1 year, it's been Wentz 1 year, then it's been Matt Ryan. Like they haven't done it. And I think that with Dallas's pass rush, what it affords the Cowboys to do is dictate what the Colts can do. Like the Colts, yeah, the Patriots. I was just watching that play, and I like Mac Jones coming out, but the Patriots. You guys want to talk about no weapons? Oh my God, they have. First of all, you make an old defensive minded coach the offensive coordinator. You do that on the NFL level. Like Matt Patricia was known for his defense, and you make him the offensive coordinator. What are we doing, Bill? And then, and this isn't Patriots talk, but then like Jacoby Myers is his best weapon. Come on, Bill. It's kind of that's bad. So anyway, but back to this isn't Patriots talk, it's Cowboys talk. So back to, I think that Dallas will be able to dictate, and actually I think that this could be a interception late in game, because corners are gonna have to press up because the ball's getting out quick. So it's like one of those things where it'll be like rush, Matt Ryan panic, ball out. Anything in breaking, you need to know what you're gonna get. I want Anthony Brown to have a better football game. If not, I do want to see more of DaRon Bland. I do want to see more of DaRon Bland on the edge. I think that if that's gonna be something that you work in the postseason, I think you need to start working it now. I like Anthony Brown. I just think that we've seen, like, okay, so it's not. The problem with Anthony Brown is like, dog, like the league is just not throwing at Diggs. So if I'm Brown, I'm like, yo, Brown, like, at a point, when do you start like saying like, I can eat, I can make plays? Like, that's the goal, right? So, um, you know, that's the Colts offense. Offensive line was really good at one point, and now they're just okay. I wouldn't say that they're a bad offensive line. I also wouldn't say that they're a good offensive line. Was really good at one point. Now they're literally just okay. Was really good at one point. Now they're literally just okay. And what else do you guys see? Like, what else do you guys see from the Colts? Um, I see a team that. Now the funny thing is, this was a team that kind of had Philly on the ropes, right? What's up, Aisha? How are you? Um, Aaron Robinson. This was a team that kind of had Philly on the ropes. You go back and watch that game. You see Sam Ellinger in there. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then you look back and then you're like, they just can't score. Like, Dallas is getting to 30 points. Dallas is going to get to 30 points. The Colts, they get to like 13, 16 maybe. And then that's it. I think that they're good with their run fit. I think their run fit is going to be interesting to see how Dallas runs the ball this week. Like, this in the trap game, but it's definitely a game to where that it's like you're not just going to stomp them, and there's going to be times where you need to play good football. You need to play good football. Let's see what I used to come with her fastball guys. They can be had in coverage. Let's talk about them in coverage. So Stephon Diggs is still there. And I did a video today. Not Stephon Diggs. Stephon Gilmore is still there. I remember covering Gilmore at South Carolina. You talk about a dude who, like, everybody's not a man corner, like Gilmore is. You talk about a guy that can stay in phase throughout the route, that'll basically run your route for you. When he's good, he's really good. Gilmore is really, really good. Really, really good. Like Gilmore is. He's a good player. When you talk about this Cowboys offense, and I did a video earlier on how CeeDee Lamb is being unlocked by Kellen Moore, and I'm thankful and I'm proud of Kellen Moore for actually learning, simplifying, bingo. Gilmore can still play, aka the scientist. Trust me, like he's gotten beat. Scary Terry got him, but I think Aisha's spot on this one, bro. Gilmore's, you would take Gilmore on his team. Trust me. Go watch the film. He's still a good player. I'm very proud of Kellen Moore. And when we talk about attacking this Colts defense, they still have some of that Matt Eberflus, very discipline-esque. But then there are times where they could definitely be had. And I think that it'll really be who executes more, right? What Dallas is doing so well with CeeDee Lamb, and I think that why he's an ultimate cheat code is because while certain receivers can only play on the edge, CeeDee Lamb can play on the edge and he can play inside. And if CeeDee Lamb can do that, you let CeeDee Lamb do that. He's killing the game with these deep overs. He's mastered those. Now he's starting to run those inverted corners where it's like he's stepping hard inside. He's stemming for 10 yards, boom, and he's breaking to the outside. It's almost like a post corner, but he's just giving that inside release on those post corners. That deep out that he should have caught. Like, it was dope to see how Kellen Moore used CeeDee Lamb on the first 3 plays of last week's game, who, by the way, the Giants have a really sneaky good front, and they're going to be good for a long time. The Giants front is yeah. But it was cool to see how Kellen Moore used CeeDee Lamb, because what he did was first couple plays, like the first play, he goes jet. That was dope. Like, jet, yes. Like, yes, Kellen. Yes, you're getting it, Kellen. Get him the ball right now. What do we say, chat box? Like, CeeDee Lamb is a right now athlete. Don't overthink this guy. Slant, quick game, jet sweep, flats, right now. Because like I said on the video, for my money, who's a better who's a more explosive player on this offense than CeeDee Lamb? It's very debatable between him and Tony Pollard. Randy, thank you for the super chat. Do we really want OBJ to play on the outside while recovering from an ACL? Not sure that would be smart. It's been a year now. Like, is OBJ healthy? Is he in football? Is he football ready? Like, if you're signing him, these are the conversations that you need to have. I think that OBJ can still be any number 2 corner in the league. I think he could beat every corner in the NFC East. That's just me. I do think that Gallup has got his confidence back, Aaron Robinson. But back to CeeDee Lamb. Let's give CeeDee some more love. I love what the Reaper's saying here. Reaper. I think you're spot on. CeeDee is a rhythm. And thank you again, Randy Sykes, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. CeeDee Lamb is a rhythm receiver. Yes. I 100% agree. If you just go watch CeeDee Lamb after every tackle, he falls forward. Go watch. Watch the film. He falls forward. He'll break. Those hidden yards are great because he'll break a tackle and he'll fall forward for like an extra 2 yards. Well, that means something with the way you're running the ball. Like, corners don't want to bring this guy down. And you know it. When you're having these arguments with fellow fans, ask him how he did against Jair Alexander, because he barbecued Jair. So what Kellen is doing is smart. Put him in a slot, then put him back outside, then put him back in a slot. Why? Because you can. Just make sure that he has 11 targets a game. Make sure that he has 11 targets a game. Make sure that he has 11 touches a game. He needs his touches. Like, CeeDee is an athlete that he should be leaving the field with his tongue out. Pause. Because he's that dynamic. And he's only gotten better. He's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. Yes, Dwayne Johnson. Shady is, it's part of the angle that these shows set up. You got to remember that too, Dwayne. Like, these shows are living off the Dallas Cowboys because their content isn't great. And so they literally have to troll Dallas to survive. And by the way, I don't think that that's what's messed sports talk up. Is that nobody does deep dives anymore. Nobody comes with original thoughts. It's just like with the Jerry Jones issue and all this. Like, one person says something and people just yell all day, and they don't come with, they don't come with real substance. Where that's why I listen to the Athletics so much, the Athletic podcast. And I listen to Nate Tice, one of my favorite podcasters, and because they're literally just giving you really good content. Like, they're literally just. They just watch the film and they just talk about it, and like how we're talking about what we think. That's it. And it's golden. Like, there's no arguing, there's no screaming, there's no BS takes like Dak is a bad quarterback, even though the Cowboys are leading the league in points since he's come back. Like, there's none of that. There's literally there's literally none of that. There's literally just solid takes. And that's what I do. Like, I literally just watch the film and we just talk. Mike White does look good with the Jets. I call Mike White, Aaron. Anyway, so that's the my theme in this game, because I'm not going to say that you won't be able to run the ball. But the Colts, listen, let's look at the Colts run defense. Let's look at the run defensive rankings. I believe the Colts are up there as far as run defense. Okay, so they're middle of the pack. Actually, no. Yes, middle of the pack. That's why I thought they were pretty middle of the pack. But they got some guys on that Colts, on that Colts depth chart. Got some guys on that depth chart on that defense. Yeah, DeForest Buckner's always been a good player. Yannick Ngakoue is a really good athlete, right defensive end. He actually had a good game. Um, so it'll be one of them games that I feel. Now Aisha said something about the linebackers. I think that we would have been kind of interesting if Shaq Leonard was playing. I do think that it would have been interesting if Shaquille Leonard was playing. But he's not, and so I do think that their linebackers could be had. So that is a really good observation by Aisha. So the point is that if Dallas comes out and plays the same brand of football, that they've been playing, I think that they'll be fine. Just because you're getting into that point of the year, guys, where you are who you are. The interesting thing about Dallas is like Dallas has not reached their ceiling, and they're really not who they are because they haven't had their quarterback all year. They're still getting better. They're still ironing wrinkles out. Remember, you lost your quarterback the first game of the season. Dak's numbers are not, what they should be. Like, Dak is the best quarterback in the NFC East. Dak's the best quarterback in the NFC East. I like Jalen Hurts, but dog, I don't even know if he's gonna pass for 4,000 yards. Let's look at his numbers. I just, this is a passing league, and Eagles fans really get upset with me, and that's what's made me so mad is that when Dak was winning like this in 2016, it was, and I think he had even better numbers than this, but when he was winning like this in 2016, you could see the writing on the wall when he had to throw his way back in a game that it just wasn't going to work. And then injuries happening and other circumstances happening, and, but then with Philly, it's like the run game is just, boo, boo, boo. But then Philly is like, you could just see the run game is just great. I get it. But then when you get to the playoffs, dog, you're going to have to throw the football consistently because teams are going to take away what you do best. I truthfully believe that. They're going to take away what you do best, and they're going to make you play left-handed. And I think that Dallas's run defense, when we want to play great run defense, we play great run defense. Let's look at, is Jalen Tolbert a bust? No, Jalen Tolbert's not a bust. He's not a bust at all. I saw something about Mike White. Go watch my video on Mike White. Go watch it. I've been here. If you guys have been with the channel, Foots has been here. I was on Mike White. Love Mike White. And Mike White is making me look really, really smart. And that's dope. Dog, oh, man. Yeah, I just got sleepy looking at Jalen Hurts numbers. 17 TDs, 3 interceptions. He's protecting the ball. But, the brand of football that they're playing is just not going to – people will see. Anyway, when you look at this game, it's literally – I wouldn't call it a trap game, but I would say that the Cowboys need to go out. They need to execute. And I kind of want to make sure that the Cowboys don't endact the goofy interceptions. There's been 3 of those a game. There's been a couple of those. 2 of those. Just know what I think a few of those have been tip balls, and the other 2 have been Dak just trying to fit a ball in, or they're just not on the same page. I really want us to make sure that those things are happening. we get those things under control, this offense is going to hum. Let's look at it. Thank you again, buddy. The difference with Dak now is they are giving him more control of the offense at the line. He is really making good decisions. I agree, Randy Sykes. Thank you for another super chat. He's in control. That's what I call it. He's in control. Like, he is in full control, Randy, and it's clear. He's making checks. He's handling it. He's coming to the line. He's calling duo. He's doing all these types of things. Donut. That's just duo. And the line and the team is they're responding to him, man, in a very big and major way. And I think it's really cool to see. And I think it's really cool to be a fan of, because we've seen this guy grow and he continues to get better. He looks like he's in great shape. He's running the ball. He's avoiding pressure. He's doing a great job. Yeah. Go watch. I have a video on this page. When you guys, somebody go find a video that I made of Mike White and post it in the chat box. Go find a video. I have a video on my page about Mike White and how I thought, like, how good he could be. Mike White, for my money, Mike White probably will end up taking Zach Wilson's job. I just don't think that Zach Wilson is I just don't think that Zach Wilson is a leader of men. Like, I just think he's like a little kid. Like, literally, like, oh, he's at BYU and everything's perfect. Like, dog, this is the league. Like, people don't want to deal with the goofiness, man. Like, they don't. Like, these folks got families to feed. Landlord from Alabama. What's up, homie? What's happening, Foots? I just gave you a shout out for that Philly offense not being sustainable. I've been saying that all year. Yep, landlord. Like, we got to be real. Like, it's great right now. It's great. Until you play somebody that speeds you up and make you have to play from behind and make you have to throw the football. And, like, Washington beating you, let me know all I need to know. Like, and some things didn't go well for Philly, and I get it. But, like, Taylor Heineke is like a bottom half of the league. Like, Taylor Heineke is like Taylor Heineke is, I heard this the other day and I thought it was great. It's like, Taylor Heineke is, he wants to be Josh Allen, so he plays like Josh Allen, but, like, he just doesn't have the tools that Josh Allen has. But he plays just like him. Like, there was a throw in the who did they just play? It was a throw in the Atlanta game where he just rips he just rips it and the ball just like, no, like, I can't do my arm. Like, his body is like, you can't do what Josh Allen does. Like, you can't rip this whole shot pick. You know what I mean? And so, like, Taylor Heineke is a very lackluster player. So I like what you're saying, landlord from Alabama. Like, he just, but they were able to scheme Philly up. And I do believe that, like, up front, Washington has kind of put it all together. But the problem is their back end is nowhere near as good as Dallas's. Like, when you hear Malik Hooker was like, dog, like, thank you guys for not being able to, for me not having a tackle. Let me get something to drink, guys. We're going to go for an hour because you guys are the GOATs, and I appreciate you guys. And so let me go get something to drink real quick, and then let's wrap this thing up. But I'm going to go for an hour for you all. And for landlord, because he just dropped me a 5, and we both know that Dallas is the best team in the NFC East. Really, the NFC. Really, the NFL. Yeah, so Yeah, that's a great comp. Gerald Beasley. Yeah. Heineke is definitely Ben DiNucci's big brother. Same player. Haters have been quiet on Diggs. He's like Diggs is having the most boring best season ever. They don't even try Diggs. Teams just don't even try. They don't try him. They just don't try him. Yo, Foots, that speaks facts. Philly Christmas Eve is our game. That game is gonna set the playoff back. Yep, Izzy. And not only that, but like the beautiful thing about that Dallas Philly game, and we're not gonna look too far ahead, but like the beautiful thing is Philly has shown no semblance of being able to stop them. Like they just can't do it. Dallas after the Packers game, you could tell that they're like, no. Like Dallas has the pieces to do it. I think their mindset was we just want to rack up sacks. You see Dorrance Armstrong having his best year. He's having a career year. You see they're literally the Cowboys are literally competing for sacks, and they were competing for sacks, and it was showing in their play. And it's like, guys, no, like let's stop the run. You can't just be lazy with your run fit. Let's stop the run first. Let's do the fundamental things first, and then we'll get to the quarterback. But just flying upfield, like you can't tell me that 11 the next game he's so competitive. So you can't tell me that 11, you know, there's no way you could tell me that 11 next game is going to um come out and let them just play with him. He's so competitive. He's such a freak. And trust me, like you're not gonna be able to use counter against him and use his aggressiveness against him. They're gonna have answers. Now, the one thing that I will say is that Philly offensive line is very impressive, like extremely impressive. Kelsey, for my money, is probably one of the best offensive linemen. Like everybody screams Lane Johnson. Give me Kelsey, Jason Kelsey all day in 2 days on Thursday. Uh, like Kelsey, he goes and pulls. He's a quarterback on the offensive line. He's really, really dope. That being said, I think they're gonna struggle this weekend because now you're about to play some dudes on that front, and I think that um, I just think that. Thank you for this, man. Appreciate you. Um, I just think that Tennessee front, because I just don't think they have the line to deal with that Tennessee front. Real quick, guys, housekeeping. If anybody wants to support, you guys who follow me know on if you guys follow me on IG, it's my Cash App at Foster King. Money will go directly to the kids. I coach the DMV Knights, 11U. We're going to Plant City, Florida for the UIFL Nationals. For me, I coach for these reasons. Number one, just being able to give kids in the DMV area something to do. Number two, when you're doing something like going to nationals, it's great for these kids to be able to see something different, to be able to go somewhere different, to be able to see some new scenery. So, quick housekeeping: if anybody wants to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. If you donate, I'll give you a shout out. It's just like doing a super chat. This is my Cash App. I'm gonna post it one more time. Foots the King equals Cash App, and boom. Thank you guys so much. So, questions. I'm taking questions right now. I'm gonna stay live for an hour. I might even go a little bit later because I just got a new burst of energy because we're having some good conversation. And like one thing you guys know about me, chat box is like, yo, like I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Um, 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 I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm thankful for you guys. Like I can't say that enough. I wouldn't be able to do what I do. You guys make me look smart. Even when I make a mistake, you guys stick in with me. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. Um, and so here we go. Questions. OBD sign is assist game and pop and bottle perks. Any questions, guys? Feel free to. You know what we haven't talked about? Just join the chat. Thank you. Appreciate your work. Now I appreciate you. You guys make sure that you guys go check out my last video on CD Lamb. I'm very proud of my work. I'm thankful. For C, I'm thankful for CD Lamb because guess what? He's turned into a player. You know, he's turned into a nice player. Do you think our run fits? So, do you think our run fits have been better? Let's see. So, do you think our run fits have been better with Clark and middle linebacker? Man, big shout out to Devontae Carpenter for the $10 donation, man. I appreciate you, homie. Thank you for the kids. Devontae, thank you, bro. If you want to follow us, Devontae is at DMV Knights Gold. At DMV Knights Gold on IG. DMV Knights Gold. Old Boys. On IG. And then or Foots the King. I'll be doing updates all weekend. Foots. Let's get to some of these questions. Foots, what are some ways that Kellen Moore should attack the Colts defense? What are some ways that okay. So to me, you could kind of really use the same game plan, just kind of switch it up, but use the same game plan that you use against the Giants. The Colts have a good front. They have a nice front. They have one great corner because I do still think, and I give Stephon Gilmore a lot of respect. So they do, Izzy, have a great corner. But then outside of that, they could be had. Linebackers could be had. So tight end work. We went the whole hour and haven't talked about tight ends. So our tight ends. And then, I think that you can run the ball, but it may be tough because they're really good in their run fit. Like and they're middle of the pack, but I like the way that their defensive linemen play. They don't just fly field. They're decent in their run fit. I do think that you'll be able to run the ball, but this may be again a little bit more of a Zeke game than a Pollard game. I do think that you can run the ball though. As far as Dan Quinn's defense, I think that what Dan Quinn has to do is I'd send him and get the ball out quick and tell your corners to jump something this week. I would send them. I would send them against against Philly. I don't like Philly against the blitz. But I do like that Dan Quinn doesn't have to send pressure to get home. But when you do start sending pressure and you do start getting home, like their tackle, their left tackle, I think is Bernard Raymond. Yeah, I don't know about him, dog. So, like Micah should have a good game. And the ball is coming out quick, Izzy. So in that, are your corners ready to go? A lot of PBUs and we need interceptions. Like get the ball back. It's Matt Ryan. His best days are behind him. His best days are at Boston College. That's true. And I agree. And I think that you have to keep a spy in the middle of the field. But I just like when I watched the Packers play that last game, I just didn't. I kind of questioned how hard they played. That's me personally. Reaper, I'll tell you this. You get out there and you start trying that run stuff against Tennessee, and you're going to get yourself hurt. because Tennessee is trying to hit you on every single play. They're fighting to get in the playoffs. That is a very physical team. Watch how they run the ball against Philly. Mark my words. Watch how the Tennessee Titans run the ball against Philly. Any more questions, y'all? We got 5 minutes, man. Any more questions? Oh, here's a good one. With an NFC Championship, Mark, can I be honest with you? Mike McCarthy won me over last year. I mean, he had to get so much Jason Garrett off of this roster, and he did that. He's been nothing but stand up. He's been steadfast. And I think that we know that this team right now has what it takes, but Mike has done a good job of let's just stay the course, y'all. Like, you don't have to go out and start talking or start doing or start just being something that you're not. Literally just stay the course. And I think that the Cowboys have done that. And last year they weren't physical enough. So this year, what do? They go draft Tyler Smith, who they may end up kicking back inside the guard. And I already said how I felt of that because I'm looking at San Francisco right now. I'm looking at San Francisco and saying, if you can just match their toughness and if you could just kind of move the ball on them up front and you put Tyler Smith in there, and he's moving their tackles and he's reaching Nick Bosa and giving him hell. Now, we talking that talk. So, yeah, I mean, Mike McCarthy, he looked at what we were. We weren't physical enough. So you go draft 2 physical guys in the first 2 rounds. You draft Sam Williams, who's giving you immediate dividends and deposits. And then you draft Tyler Smith, who's been a starter and has been a damn good one. Like, is he all pro? No. Was he Micah? No. But like every year you're not going to get Micah Parsons. But like Tyler Smith next year will be a Pro Bowler. Mark my words. Tyler Smith is 21, maybe 22 years old. Dog, Tyler Smith by the time Tyler Smith is 25, he's gonna be one of the best linemen in the league, if not the best line. Like, he is going to be a problem. A problem. If you look at how fast Terrence Steele got himself in order, man. So, yeah. April just said something that I'm like, I gotta go find it. But no, that's a good question, Mark. Amen. Yeah. And that's like, you know what I mean, April? Like, he had to get all of that's a problem with switching head coaches and switching OCs and switching coaches and every year. Like, Carolina's gonna go through it. The Colts are gonna go through it with their next coach. Like, you have to get, if you're trying to come in, Jacksonville, and I think that Jacksonville's coach. Who's Jacksonville's coach right now? He was with the Eagles. He flamed out in Philly, but I think he's doing a good job. You have to get all of that bad that was on the team before out of there. That's tough. Like, that's not easy. So, like, getting the Garrett out of here to just being okay with like just getting the mediocre out of here, that's tough. You could tell, like, when J-Ron Curse came out, and J-Ron you could tell he's a real dude. Like, some of these dudes be kind of goofy and fake. J-Ron not that. You tell about just his leadership role and how he gonna speak up. When J-Ron Curse comes out and says, "Man, Mike McCarthy is the best coach I've ever had," I love playing for Mike McCarthy. When J-Ron comes out and says that, you gotta that holds some weight. So no, to me, I would love it. And I don't think that you could be so bullish to say, if you don't win a Super Bowl, if you don't get to the NFC Championship, or if something goes awry, that we got to get Mike McCarthy out of there, because you better be careful. You better be careful making a rash decision. Look at what Denver gave up for Russell Wilson. How does that look now? May have been better just keeping what they had and just drafting. You get what I'm saying to you? Because this is going to look worse in a few years with them. This will be the last one I take, guys. This has been a great live stream. Would signing OBJ put us over the 49ers first? I think that if you keep playing good football, you come out here and you keep establishing a run like you are, I think you might already be over the Niners. I just got to see it. But that being said, yes. Because now how are you going to defend the field? Other teams. I'm looking at these rosters. There ain't many, like, you know, it ain't many teams that got 3 lockdown corners, if any. And so when you can put a guy of CeeDee Lamb's caliber in the slot, it's a problem. When you could put a guy like OBJ on a team's second corner, like imagine OBJ on Anthony Brown all game. And quiet as kept, Anthony Brown is one of the better cornerback twos in the league. He really, really is. And I know he gets on everybody's nerves, but like Anthony Brown is one you see Kelvin Joseph can't take the job from him for whatever reason. That being said, OBJ will barbecue Anthony Brown. Like he will barbecue him. So, yeah, I think it would. I think it would. I like this comment right here real quick. I also like the run in the 3 tight end scheme. I agree. I like it. I like that personnel package. I think it's really dope. What was that 23 personnel? I think it's really cool because I forget what personnel package that is. Yeah, backs. Yeah. I think it's really dope because all 3 of those guys are legit pass catchers and they all care about each other. So, and then they all actually like, yo, dog, like Schultz has become like, he's back to blocking how he blocked at Stanford. Man. Like, yeah, like Schultz is blocking how he blocked at Stanford. The league might be in trouble. So anyway, guys, again, I'm going to put this up one more time. I thank you guys so much. And I do see, hey, Danny Savage, my guy, the GOAT, Danny. Danny, you're a GOAT. You've been in the chat box for a while. You've been rocking me for a while. Let's stop doing that, y'all. We only got this season for a little bit longer. Let's stop looking towards who's going to take whose job and this, that, and the third. Let's just let them all let's just rock together. No more Zeke versus Tony. No more Gallup versus CD. No more this tight end versus that tight end. Like, let's just enjoy this ride. Like, I'm enjoying it. I haven't even really started them. I can't help to not look at the draft, and I've already started on some draft stuff, but like I can't even help not to. But like I'm not all the way in on my draft coverage because I really want to enjoy this season. I really want to live in this moment. I just do. Like as a fan, I think that we deserve that. I think we have the team to go to the Super Bowl. I think we have the team to go to the Super Bowl. I really believe that. Execution and scheme and coaching is going to be the difference. But I think that we have the team to go to the Super Bowl. And so, that being said, man, like, let's just enjoy this moment. No more Hendershot versus Fergie versus, we know the writing is on the wall for Dalton Schultz. No more Tony versus Zeke. Like, I just really want to, because guess what? You're going to need all of them. We still haven't had that crazy injury, knock on every piece of wood. But, like, you're going to need every single one of these guys. Every single one. You need Tyron. It's looking like they're going to depend on Tyron when he gets back. So, guys, what a great live stream. Tonight was dope. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my night. And I'm actually, hate to say it, but I'm gonna fall asleep watching film. Like, I love ball. So I'm going to play some music in the background. I'm going to watch some film. I don't know who I'm going to watch, but just watch some scheme and just watch some film. I might watch some youth football, but I would say about 60% of my day is watching football. It's kind of like a gift and a curse because I just love football that much. All right, y'all. It's your boy Footy. Again, guys, Cash App. Foots is going out of town with the kids. If you want to donate, Foots the King. Just going straight to babies in some sort of way. Much love, y'all. Oh, let me just put the whole shebang down here. Foots the King on Cash App. And then IG and Twitter. Twitter been popping for me. It's dope. It's Foots the King as well. I make music. I do all sorts of stuff. You guys have been with me, know that. And I appreciate you. If you guys don't think I make music, here goes my drum set. Y'all see it? Here goes my drum set. It's my basement. That's where I go and nerd out on music. So y'all get all the exclusives when you stay up late with Foots. You see that? Everybody don't get that. Here goes my Cowboys wall that I got painted a certain way. I love y'all, man. Peace.